Hello everyone, I am Dr. Asma, a pediatric doctor by background and international medical graduate, and presently working as a specialty registrar in London. Today I was compelled to make this video in order to share my experience for the success of MRCP, and I wanted to advise my fellow colleagues who are doing the similar exams, whether in their home country or in Gulf countries. I want to urge the importance of knowing your route, that when you're doing your MRCP, MRCP-CH, MRCOG or other postgraduate exams in order to get GMC registration, and your final target is to come and work in the NHS, you are seeing that the success rate for the theory exams, part 1, part 2, usually are very very encouraging. But when it comes to PACES or OSCE or clinical exams, for international doctors especially, the success rate it sharply drops, which is like really disappointing. And I have seen my colleagues, I have experienced with my friends that it takes a number of months, attempts, and number of years even to finally clear the PACES and get the GMC registration to finally come here and work. In my experience, I would suggest my colleagues to rethink about your routes. If your aim is to come to the UK, gain some experience, or just taste the waters and see how this system works for you, and the easiest way is Plab route. Plab is a very basic entry exam, and the standard they expect from the doctors is not very competitive. You just need to do the exercise of knowing what you already do and just train it according to what examiners would like you to present in the exam. It is same for the theory as well as for the Plab to the clinical exam. It is the easiest and the quickest and the cheapest route to get into the GMC. I would say, even if you are planning your postgraduate exam like part 1 and part 2 and you are partly done with them, even in between them, it will take you months to clear Plab and come here and then start the job as a registrar or a middle grade or a junior doctor in your specialty. Once you're given this chance, believe me, when you're working in the NHS with the colleagues who are attempting the exam, who want to go in the training, and the whole system is in your favor, you will find abundance of chances of getting your clinical exams right, to get your clinical scenarios right, to get your communication skills right. You can even prepare within your colleague doctors to prepare for the exam. And this happens very regularly in many hospitals. So that will eventually shorten your journey to clear your clinicals, give you more confidence. Like, just as I would say how it worked for me was that I got the GMC registration on the basis of my postgraduate exam from Pakistan, that is FCPS. So it exempted me from Plab or MRCP-CH. But when I got GMC registration, I had already finished my MRCP part 1 and part 2. So the clinical was the only thing which was remaining when I came here. I wasn't compelled because I already had got the GMC registration. But working in pediatrics for 8 months in the NHS, it boosted my training so much that I was able to clear my clinical exam in first attempt while I chose the clinical center in the UK. And it was quite a surprise for many of the consultants who would say that the international medical graduates, either they pass in Dubai or they pass in XYZ centers, and how they were curious to know how did I pass in first attempt. So I guess I would strongly recommend that you in order to pass your clinical exam, you should have exposure to the NHS. You should have exposure to how the system works. It's not a knowledge heavy exam. It's more about knowing the system, knowing the communication, and knowing the society and culture. So though it might feel multitasking and back and forth, applying for Plab, coming here for Plab 2, and just sitting with the very fresh medical graduates, but I bet that in the long run it will save you loads of money and loads of time. So I hope it is helpful, and all the best for whatever career level you are, and thank you for watching.